Alright everyone, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. My name is Ian Jortson and with my co-host,
I'm Nick Kinsel.
And we're here, we're just ready to talk about the post-race Talladega show. So let's get going on. What you got for your diecast of the week?
Alright, diecast of the week this week is honestly one of my favorite ones that I have. It's the 2012, it's Trevor Bayne's Leonard Wood tribute car for when Leonard Wood was inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. This is a color chrome special edition version. I was trying to find it on eBay for the longest time, but I've been seeing it for like over $250. I'm just not going to pay that for a diecast.
Too much.
Then I finally got it in a bid for like $85, and it is signed. It came signed, so yeah, so I chose that one this week.
Very nice. I just love the color chrome.
Yeah, I mean, there's like two other versions of this car. The other one I believe is just the white and the orange, and then yeah, I think these are actually the only two versions that they made in this car. So it's pretty sweet. It's one of my favorites for sure.
Wood Brothers cars, they always look great.
Cars, they always have those nice looking schemes, man.
Oh yeah. So for my diecast of the week, I got Dale Earnhardt's Chevy Lumina, probably my favorite gen car of the Chevys.
What year did he run that car?
It was in the late 80s to the early 90s.
Wow. Yeah, that's a nice.
So this is around the time when he first debuted the black Goodwrench car.
Black and the white. Oh yeah.
I just love the look of the Lumina. It just looks so tough right before they went to the Monte Carlo.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good looking scheme, man.
So Chase Elliott wins at Talladega.
Wow, who would have? Yeah, what a party that must have been afterwards. You hear that crowd? Oh god, just watching it and everything. I was watching it on my phone because I was at another event, so I'm just watching it. I'm like, wow, Chase Elliott's really about to win this thing, and this place is about to go nuts. That's almost the equivalent of an Earnhardt winning at Talladega.
Exactly.
Is an Elliott winning at Talladega.
You could probably hear the sirens from the pool hall.
From Talladega. That's how loud they were going. I mean, yeah, Chase is really good at the restrictor plate tracks, and now he finally gets rewarded with a win. So, and good for him because first Chevrolet to win this season.
It's about time.
It's about time. I mean, what are we, like 10, 12 races into the season?
Yeah, and we've just had a Gibbs-Penske domination. Really.
They've won every single race up until now. So to see a Hendrick Chevy, that could be a step in the right direction for them. But yeah, all those Hendrick cars were looking pretty strong there at Talladega.
Do you think that Chase is going to be the only Hendrick winner this year?
Honestly, I could get behind that because William Byron, first year with Canals, you never know. Who we got? We got Jimmy Johnson. You never know with Jimmy Johnson. And then Alex Bowman. He finished second at Talladega, but I don't know.
He's good at those plate tracks.
He's good at the plate tracks, but it's time for...
Well, he's in a good plate racing car.
Yeah, Hendrick Motorsports has got to be one of the top. I mean, look at what they did at Daytona. All four cars on the front two rows, so...
They're fast.
They're fast
at
all.
They know how to prepare for the plate tracks.
Absolutely, but back to Alex Bowman. That's really the only place he's shown up this year so far. He's kind of been Mr. Irrelevant for Hendrick so far in his career there. I mean, ever since when he took over for Dale Jr., that was a different story, different car, different setup and everything. But now last year and this year, I'm still just not seeing it out of Bowman. But so I could see Chase Elliott being the only Hendrick winner this season. I think he's going to win a couple more this year.
How many do you think? I'm thinking he could go for 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. 4 or 5. We got some really good tracks coming up from. Oh, we're going to Dover this week.
Yep.
Chase Elliott won in Dover in the playoffs last year, so we got some.
He loves that track.
We got some really good Chase Elliott style racetracks coming up over the course of the season. So without a doubt, I think Chase Elliott wins 4 or 5.
All right, I like that. So Bubba Wallace struggling this year, and
not just this year.
Well, yeah.
Ever since he came over
at Pocono.
Even at Pocono. Oh my God.
What, 3 or 4 pit road penalties, and
I mean,
really his only good race that he had. Well, he's had some good races,
but the best race he had was the Daytona 500 last year, where he finished second, and then I don't know, because I really thought when he was going to go over to Richard Petty. Excuse me, but I really thought when he was going to go over to Richard Petty that something was going to change.
Yep. Because you could see what he could do in those Roush cars.
I mean, yeah, he was pretty good in everything else he drove. Like, he was driving for Kyle Busch in the Truck Series. I mean, driving for Roush and Xfinity. Roush had a pretty good Xfinity program, but yeah, ever since he made that move to Cup, not looking good for Bubba. I mean, he got off to. I just don't agree with what he was doing on Sunday. I thought it was too early to be making. I know the cars with the package that they had, they're gonna get incredible runs like that. But Bubba,
you can't
not
try
even
that bump drafting when you're entering turn 1.
We're not even 10 laps into the race.
12 laps.
12 laps. We're not even 12 laps into the race, and he's gonna pull something like that. It's just too early for Talladega.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta sit and ride.
4 other drivers with him.
Kevin Harvick being one of them.
Yeah, don't remind me, man.
No, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much longer Bubba brings in the sponsorship for Petty, but I guess that's what gets you in rides nowadays. But
exactly.
Other than that, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not there that much longer, because the performance just is not there for him right now.
Okay, so for the General Tire 200 on Friday, we started off with Natalie Decker with fuel problems that took her out of contention.
I swear, she's just had the worst luck this season. Like, even when she runs DGR Crossley in the Truck Series, like, she's just having some terrible luck.
And it's not, like, performance-wise.
It's not performance-wise, because she qualifies the car up in the top 10 almost every time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just right when we get going, it just seems that something always happens to her. She either hits the wall, she blows a tire, she spins out, catches on fire. Terrible luck for her. I hope that other teams don't look at that and be like, oh, that's the reason we don't want to put her in a car.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe the talent level is there. It's just she needs some better luck on her side.
Oh, yeah. Like, whatever is going on with these DGR cars. I mean, they obviously run great with everyone else. I mean, look what they're doing in the ARCA series.
Yeah,
they're
right.
stepping up in the Truck series. I just don't know why every time Natalie gets into one of those cars,
it just seems like every time
it blows up.
It either blows up or something happens. She's just having some terrible luck. But I'm sure she'll turn it around as the season goes on. But, yeah, because what? She's running 17 truck races this season for DGR Crossley, so she's definitely got the chances up there.
Right.
So let's just see if the luck can just change a little bit and she can have a solid year.
I really thought Sean Corr was going to win that whole race. He was leading that whole pack for the first half.
I caught up on the second half of the ARCA race. I don't remember what I had going on that Friday, but I was reading about it, and I turned it on about halfway. I turned it on right when Thad Moffitt and Christian Eckes get together coming up pit road.
Another Empire car.
Another one, man. Christian Eckes, he's starting to fall in the points. He missed the race.
He was sick.
He was sick, so he had that's a huge points loss right there, and then to be taken out again at Talladega. Christian Eckes had a huge lead about 2 weeks ago before he got sick.
Yep.
And now, he's fighting now.
Yeah, he really needs to step it up and start racing a lot harder, because he's in a deep, deep hole right now.
Oh, absolutely. And how about Todd Gilliland? Todd Gilliland, he gets called out by boss man Kyle Busch this year. You better start running good or you're out. Well, he comes down with his dad's team and he gets a checkered flag. I'm sure that's got to have some momentum going his way.
It's got to give Kyle Busch a smile on his face, because he knows that Todd's been running his heart out.
Yeah, and then he's just not getting the performance.
Yeah, he's not getting anything out of this car. So to see him do that with a DGR Crossley car, hopefully that'll bring him some momentum coming into the Truck Series.
Hopefully, because other than that could just be a talent that just goes away. I'm sure if he got dropped by Kyle Busch, then I'm sure David Gilliland would put his son in one of his trucks. But
oh, I'm sure. But, Todd Gilliland, I don't think he wants to go from KBM.
He doesn't want to go to KBM to DGR. I mean, DGR.
No offense to his dad.
No offense to DGR, but come on, Kyle Busch Motorsports.
Every year they're a championship contender.
Oh, they absolutely should be. I mean, we got Harrison Burton. Harrison's doing all right for his first year.
Hey, he's a rookie.
He's a rookie. He's still getting used to it. He had his boss man come in and whoop his butt a couple times, but I think. Is Kyle Busch done running trucks this year? I remember he only got 5 races, and I'm pretty sure he ran the 5 already.
Either that or he might have 1 more to go.
Yeah.
Because I know he's got a few more Xfinity races.
Yeah, he gets 7 total a year for Xfinity.
So we had Michael Annett lead the field to green for the Money Lion 300. I think he's off to a great start this year. You know, he won Daytona.
The plate tracks have been treating him well, other than the finish that he got. The finish is, I think the Junior Motorsports cars are, they're also another team. They're like a Hendrick of the restrictor plate tracks. They usually come up there and they have some pretty good speed. But I agree. Ever since Annette moved to the 1 car from the 5, I think that the speed has really been there.
It definitely changed his momentum.
Yeah, because I think he already surpassed his top 10 numbers from last year within like the first couple weeks of the season. So, hey, good for him.
Because the only time I've ever seen him finish like really, really good was at Road America a few years ago.
Yeah, when he finished like second.
Right behind
Jeremy
Clements.
Yep. Yeah.
My guy. Yeah, and then we had on lap 8 we had Brandon Jones spin out on the tri-oval. You know, they just got way too low on that tri-oval and they just spin out on themselves.
Brandon Jones is another interesting character. Like he was with RCR, now he's at a Gibbs car, and he's just kind of not impressed by him. I wouldn't say I'm impressed by him. He's just not performing that well. So
in the equipment that's given to him,
he's got a Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota in the Xfinity Series and Christopher Bell as a teammate, and I just don't see the performance there. But so he's another guy I'm kind of looking out for. Pretty worried about him if he doesn't perform this season. Bye.
Yeah. Might get
Gibbs wants somebody who's gonna run well. So I don't know. I just don't.
You don't see him making it too far?
Nah, I really don't. I haven't been impressed by him his entire career. Like, he was meh in the trucks, and now he's even meh in the Xfinity Series. I just haven't seen it from him yet.
Right.
Still a young kid, but yeah, time's limited, man. You got to step up.
Yep, and, you know, you can't be running mediocre the whole time when you're in a Joe Gibbs car.
Toyota, man.
Like, that's the top team.
That's what you want. You're a little kid. You want to drive for Gibbs, and he's got the chance to drive for Gibbs, and nothing's been there. I mean, I'm gonna look up his stats really quick because I don't think he's run all that great this year.
He really hasn't at all. And even when he was with Richard Childress, he wasn't running good. But now, Tyler Reddick, you put him in a Richard Childress machine.
Look at what he's doing.
He's winning races.
He's
the former champion.
This year, to me, Tyler Reddick is actually looking like a championship driver this year, other than he did last year. He runs well every single week, and he's winning races. He's contending for top 5s almost every single week. To me, he's really looking like he's gonna be the real championship contender this year, other than last year. No disrespect to him or anything, but last year, I don't think he belonged there. That's just my opinion. But this year, hell yeah, Tyler Reddick needs to be going for a title in Homestead. Yep. He's gotten my respect from seeing him jump from a Junior Motorsports car. That's another team you want to drive for in the Xfinity Series. To going to RCR. RCR's a good team, but
it's a little bit of a downgrade from Junior Motorsports.
It's a big downgrade right there. And to see what he's doing, hey, good for you, man.
No, he's doing great. He's really impressed me, and I think he's going to have a great NASCAR career coming up.
Do you think he comes up through the Childress ranks, or?
Well, I would give him 2 more years. Give him do a Cole Custer with him. Give him 3-4 years to settle in the Xfinity Series. Race with the Cup guys a few times. You know, he's had a few times with Rick Ware Racing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want him to be set up like William Byron has been set up.
Yeah, I think William Byron got set up too early.
Champion, move right up to the Jeff Gordon's old.
Yeah, right.
I feel like that William Byron should have had way more experience in the Xfinity Series before taking over a big-time Cup ride, because he's not performing well like Chase Elliott or like how, Jeff Gordon did.
Right. Okay, so back to the Brandon Jones note here. So, in the 2018 season in the Xfinity Series, Brandon Jones had only 2 top 5s. And he had 17 top 10s, which, he had a pole, and he only led 173 laps. He had an average start of 11.1, an average finish of 13.6. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. He was with Gibbs last year, correct?
Was. Yeah, I think last year was his first year with Gibbs after he moved from Childress.
That's not good. To
No.
be having an average finish of 13.6 and
In
with a Gibbs car, and now we're looking at this year. He's tied his top fives for this year, and he did last year. He's got 2 top fives currently, 4 top tens, and we're through. This is 9 of 10 races this year. So he's led 29 laps this year. He's got an average start of 10 and an average finish of 16.3.
That's not good with a Gibbs car.
So yeah, it's not looking really good for him. But
No.
hey, he's got time. He's got the rest of the season to kind of figure out what he's gonna do here. Or I'm really thinking next year.
You think he's gonna see the boot?
I think he'll see the boot for sure next year if he doesn't perform. Let's compare Brandon Jones to Tyler Reddick here for a second because I think Gibbs is the better team than RCR. And
Oh yeah.
this season, Tyler Reddick has 7 top 5s, 8 top 10s, and he's got that checker flag. So,
you know, sometimes it's way more about the driver than it is the equipment.
Average start of 4.1, average finish of 4.9. This guy's averaging a top 5 every week, and
he has champion stats already.
It's gonna be fun. I want to now talk about. I think my 2 title contenders for the Xfinity Series this year are Tyler Reddick versus Christopher Bell.
Oh, no doubt.
Because the junior motorsports drivers haven't really shown up yet. Justin Allgaier hasn't.
He's more of a summer racer.
He might be a summer bloom because he usually comes hot then. But as of now, I'd have to say Tyler Reddick versus Christopher Bell is going to be it for the championship. Gibbs versus RCR because Tyler Reddick is just he's driving like Christopher Bell right now. He's riding really well. So I really think come Miami, don't be surprised if those two are battling it out. And Tyler Reddick won at Homestead last year, so you never know.
So who do you have for a Final Four then for Xfinity Series?
For the Xfinity Series, I'm going to go with Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell. I think Justin Allgaier is going to be there. And if I had to have a sleeper pick for the Xfinity Series, man, this would be easy if Ross Chastain was in the 42 car because that's my champion lock right there. But for my last guy, it's kind of, I don't even know, like, who really else has really stepped up and performed this year? Wouldn't it be awesome to see, like, a Ryan Sieg somehow get there?
That would be really cool.
Because he's having a career year.
Really
this
good
year.
at Talladega, too.
He's having a career year this year. I mean, he's running in the top 10 a lot. But for that 4th pick, it's probably going to be it's either going to be another Gibbs driver or it's going to be another junior motorsports driver. I just don't. Oh, no, wait, what am I talking about? Scratch that. Cole Custer in the Final Four. I totally forgot about Cole Custer. I think Custer, Reddick, Bell, and Allgaier are your Final Four.
I'm right there with you because those are the 4 top drivers. Like,
Oh,
those are the only 4 drivers that
Cole
really take on the Cup guys.
Cole Custer, 2 wins this year, so he's
He'll have more.
I think he'll definitely have more for sure.
With the Stewart-Haas equipment that he's in.
Oh, absolutely.
It's amazing, but his teammate Chase Briscoe doesn't really seem to be doing.
Meh. He's another meh driver.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the opportunity of a lifetime for you, driving for Stewart-Haas Racing. And
I mean, Briscoe, he's more of a dirt racer.
Yeah,
anyway,
so I look for him.
It takes time.
I look for him on the road courses to really step it up. I mean, he won the Roval last year, so once we get into some of the road courses this summer, because the Xfinity Series goes to a couple of road courses this summer, so
which is great.
But yeah, I love road course racing, so I think Briscoe steps up there. I could see him winning one of those road course races.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think
that'll be his lock into the playoffs right
either Mid Ohio or Road America.
Yeah, I could see him in a Road America for sure. I think Justin Allgaier wins. He's gonna win Mid Ohio. That 7 cars had some success there in the past.
Yeah.
I just remember it was Regan Smith. Who did he spin? It was on the final turn of the Mid Ohio race a couple years back. Regan Smith spun. He spun whoever was riding in the 22 car that week. I want to say it was Alex Tagliani, but I'm not 100% sure.
One of the road ringers.
One of the road ringers that came in and drove that car. The 7 cars definitely had some success there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
anyone that steps in that 7 car really performs well.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I really look for him for those 4 guys to be running for the title this year.
No doubt.
Yeah,
No doubt. All right, so
Monster Energy Cup Series, man.
Yeah, it was a big race.
It was a really entertaining race with the package and everything. We saw some crucial wrecks. We saw Austin Dillon. He led the field to green.
He got the pole.
Not the first time he's led the field to green on a restrictor plate.
He's bad fast on those restrictor plate races. We know that.
But he didn't lead lap 1.
Nope.
Brad Keselowski led lap 1, and then on lap 12. We talked about it earlier. Bubba Wallace tries bump drafting Ryan Blaney into turn 1. Collects Michael McDowell behind them, and then Boyer gets into Harvick and puts all of them out of contention. Happy Harv, man. Talladega is not friendly to him.
No, it hasn't been friendly to him at all.
Yeah.
I think he only has maybe one win there.
Yeah.
And that came out of some dumb freaking luck, dude. Because,
hey,
I swear.
You gotta have some stupid luck to win a Talladega sometime.
He can't run that flannel car anymore, man. It's bad luck.
It's bad luck for him, but it's a sexy looking race car.
Oh, my God. I already ordered the die-cast.
Oh, yeah.
But I hope it doesn't come beat
up.
Yeah,
what I was about to say, is it the beat up version?
Yeah, right.
No, but yeah. Talladega's not a friendly.
Yeah, you can't bump draft going into turn 1. There's a reason why you can't lock bumpers on these tracks.
Right.
And I don't know, I think.
And then you got all these people who are like, oh, we want tandem racing back, but this is what you go.
It's dangerous, especially with these new body setups.
Right.
Now. I mean, you got basically the Chevys. They have that point.
Right.
At their car, and it fits right into the Fords and the Toyotas. So whenever a Chevy gets behind one of those guys, get ready to probably get spun out. I don't know who in the engineering process thought about this and was like, oh, this would be a good idea.
Right.
We'll make the Chevy Camaro pointed.
Oh, genius idea right there.
Yeah, so whoever was in the whole engineering department with that failed, or maybe they just wanted to see some wrecks.
Right.
They just wanted to make NASCAR more interesting.
Remember that Tony Stewart Talladega interview? And he's like, nah, it was a couple years back. He got taken out of Talladega, and his interview was pretty much like, I'm disappointed. We didn't wreck enough cars. Everybody here wants to see wrecked cars, so I'm disappointed. I'm sorry to the fans. We didn't wreck enough race cars for you. That was funny. I think he got fined for that, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did. That man was fantastic.
Yeah,
I miss him.
Oh.
I really miss him in the sport.
Oh, yeah. He is a funny guy and a really good race car driver. So back to the race. Ty Dillon, second time this year to get the stage win.
Hey, maybe he's trying to prove something that
in the right direction.
Germain Racing can actually do something
Can
this
hang
year.
with the big boys a little bit. I mean, he's had a solid.
He's not a terrible driver. I mean, he does good. He'll get top 15s, top 20s.
Right.
But, that's the equipment that he's given.
Absolutely. Let's see. Ty Dillon this year. Let's see how he's doing this year. So he's got one top 10 on the season. I mean, but we don't want to really look at that because we know this is Germain Racing and everything. He's got an average start of 18.4 and an average finish of 18.9. So if he can consistently run top 20s, the steps, they're good. It's a step in the right direction.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. I mean, you're not going to just wake up one day and be like, oh, we got the fastest car at the racetrack. You compete for the top 20s, and then you compete for the top 15s, and then once you feel that, that's when you start going for the top 10s and everything because you don't want to overdrive your race car trying to push it a little too much because that's just not going to work for you.
Only do it when you're going to the plate tracks. Because
Right.
That's really where you can prove
when you can show it up.
Because if you get a win at like Talladega or Daytona or something, that's more money for the team, more performance for the team.
Oh, yeah.
So they got to win these, dumb luck races, and maybe they can perform well at a place like, let's say, Richmond or Dover or Darlington.
A couple weeks back, he won the stage at Bristol, so maybe Ty Dillon's a short track racer.
Hey, let's see. A short track racer and a plate racer.
Hey, that's not bad. And then so the man himself, Chase Elliott, goes out to win stage number 2 in this race. I mean, Hendrick cars at Talladega, Hendrick cars at any restrictor plate track we talked about before. Bad fast. What do you know? And then 7 to go. Chris Buescher hits the wall hard, collecting Matt DiBenedetto, Truex, Justin Haley making his Cup debut. It sucks for him. He was having a decent day, and the red flag was displayed for some time there.
Yeah, and Benedetto, his car caught on fire and everything. It was a huge wreck.
He was
Buscher went up in the air a little bit.
They were both having some solid days. That's the second
were.
time this year that Benedetto running a plate track. He just got caught up in someone else's mess running in the top 10. So
Yep.
it's disappointing for him.
He runs really good at those too.
Yeah, and it's disappointing for Justin Haley because in the 77 car, had a plate track that you got a shot to
on
go
his
up
20th birthday.
on his birthday, but he
I was hoping for him to pull a Trevor Bayne.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
20 years old,
especially in the 77 car, because you go to every other track. 77 cars running way back there.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be the biggest step for that organization.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
And Justin Haley, too.
Oh, yeah. If he wins a cup race, and oh, man.
He's got to make sure he doesn't go down below the yellow lines.
Oh, I can fight that one all day.
Oh, yeah. He deserved that win, man.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely deserved
He absolutely
that.
did. And then final lap, we kind of saw a weird wreck with Ricky Stenhouse. He wrecked on the tri-oval.
He just kind of wrecked by himself.
I saw a meme this week. It was like, when you're playing like a NASCAR video game and then your controller just disconnects and then your car just turns right.
Yeah.
That's what I saw at Stenhouse because he's by himself. What did he do? Did he blow her right front? Or?
I'm not really sure because they didn't really report on it that much.
It really did. Like TV coverage was god awful.
Fox, I'm sorry, but you guys need to step it up. That was
terrible.
sad.
I cannot wait for NBC to take over.
Way too many commercials
Oh my
without the
God.
side-by-side view. Okay, we go from single-file racing, and then they finally start lining up, and we're getting side-by-side racing. And you're like,
let's go
"All
to
right,
commercial.
yeah, let's head to commercial break." I'm like, okay, we're going to get side-by-side since the race is getting interesting.
But yeah.
Nope. And then you know what? Half the time when we come back from commercial break, there's a caution.
Right.
Big wreck happens. They're like, oh,
we
look what you missed.
Yeah, right.
So, Fox.
Yeah. Step it up.
I love you guys. I love Mike Joy. I love Jeff Gordon. DW, he's fun to listen to. Mikey, I can handle sometimes, but guys, please step it up. Your viewership, there's a reason that fans are leaving.
You're right, because that's just terrible coverage. I mean, yeah, nobody knows what happened to Stenhouse. I mean, did he blow a tire, what happened, and everything. And then we get back, and then also on that final lap, William Byron goes around and collects Ryan Blaney, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Kyle Larson goes for a scary flip on the backstretch.
That flip reminded me of the big flip on Talladega Nights,
Oh,
where it
yeah.
just would not stop,
Yeah.
and
then
like
they cut to the
commercial break.
Somebody actually made that a video.
Oh yeah.
They said, "Oh, we're gonna cut to commercial break," and it's still like Larson flipping and everything. But yeah, that's a scary wreck.
But again, there's another thing. They didn't show any of that when it was happening, but I do give them the benefit of the doubt because they were on the final lap.
Right.
And, it was getting really close between Chase Elliott. I thought Alex Bowman was going to be making a move on him.
Exactly.
So, I give them the benefit of the doubt, but they didn't have any good camera angles. I think the best camera angle I saw was on Twitter from a fan.
You're right.
And he was on the backstretch on the grass and there where the old grandstands were.
Yeah, scary wreck. Good to see he's all right.
Oh, yeah. Those cars are so safe nowadays. Like, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, you would have seen some broken limbs or someone possibly even dead.
Yeah.
So,
I
love these cars.
So the caution comes out. Chase Elliott's your winner of the Geico 500. First one of the year.
Mm-hmm.
First Chevrolet.
First with Little Caesars as well.
He's won. All 4 of his race wins have been with different sponsors at different racetracks.
He's very kind to his sponsors.
He's very kind to those sponsors, and it's just going to keep getting them more.
Oh,
They're going to keep renewing and everything. So
I'm sure a lot of people's diecast collections looking very nice and colorful, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. One thing we missed is the Brad Keselowski spinning on pit road.
That was amazing.
How he did that.
He did a total screw up to an absolute, stud move.
Oh, yeah, I think it took him out of contention, though.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
It looked great for TV, I tell you that.
I mean, it could have been a lot worse. He could have hit one of his pit guys. He could have hit the wall, took his car out of contention.
Oh, yeah, you just heard... when he spun it back around and leaving pit road, the crowd was going nuts.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Absolutely loves the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keselowski right there put on a show. That was cool.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe he was getting ready for some Watkins Glen pit stops.
Yeah, right? That's somebody was saying that, hey, Brad, we don't go to Watkins Glen for a couple months here.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
And
practice makes
all,
perfect.
I love all the driver reactions on Twitter too.
Yeah, they're
I think
just
I saw
like,
Kurt Busch. He was like, "Oh, that's so badass."
Yeah, like so effing cool and everything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was awesome. That was a pretty good race. I mean, we got Dover coming up, but before we talk about Dover, Dale Jr. released his Darlington scheme. What he's gonna run in the Xfinity Series this year. I think it's a badass looking car.
Such a cool paint scheme going back to his father.
Oh yeah, you knew he was gonna have something cool.
Oh yeah, I was hoping for something like his old Budweiser.
The old
car.
Budweiser. That's what I was hoping for his last Cup races. That somehow, some way, like they had the car. The scheme was set up like that, but it was just like the different sponsors.
A little bit sponsor. They had Axalta for the sponsor, but you know, what was really weird is that they had like a Budweiser commercial for Dale Jr. and they had
why not for
they had
one
the Bud
race
car on there, but I don't know why they couldn't.
Why not for one race? Just
I'm thinking it's something to do with Teresa.
oh, Teresa.
She still has them by the throat.
Teresa, the Wicked Witch of the West, right there,
Yep.
man. Holy cow.
Ruined DEI.
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. She ruined it all. But yeah.
Senior's rolling in his grave.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, that sucks. He couldn't run a Bud scheme, but the helmets, the mayonnaise car.
Oh, yeah.
It looks good.
I mean, hey, you know he's probably going to have a banana mayo sandwich before
Oh,
he goes out
absolutely.
there.
That's definitely why that sponsorship works out. Is
Oh,
because he promotes it really well.
Yeah, he's good with his sponsors, too. You got to be good with your sponsors.
I don't think I'd ever eat a banana
No.
sandwich.
I remember can't remember if he was on, like, NBC or CNN or something. I don't know. He came on for an interview, and they, like, the reporters tried it, and like literally like one of them wanted to throw up, and the other one was like, "Oh, that's actually pretty good." So
like,
it's like a 50-50. Like I feel like,
how do you just come up with that? Like, hey, let's put bananas and mayonnaise together.
I feel like Junior and Boyer were probably drinking one night in the backyard
like,
of Boyer's
hey man,
ranch
this
or
sounds like
something.
a real good idea.
Yeah. Like, woo, let's go.
Oh man,
Those boys.
they're wild.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
especially
good
Boyer.
Good boy, shotgun and beers,
We're-
shotgun and a Miller Lite. Oh.
Yeah, and then here comes Junior
Here
with the
comes
heavy
Junior
bud.
with the heavy bud.
Yeah.
He got some extra points for the spillage.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Clint Boyer, man, he took that down and I counted. It was like 2.5 seconds. Like,
Oh,
either
yeah.
that can was empty or, god damn, that boy knows how to drink a
Oh
beer.
yeah, he does.
Oh my god. So let's talk about Dover a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, this is another racetrack where Chase Elliott runs really well at.
Mhm.
You look at guys, maybe Jimmy Johnson.
Hey, that's what I was just thinking. Johnson can come back and win here because was it Texas or Dover he had his last victory at?
Oh
I
god.
think it was Dover he had his last win at. It was in 2017.
Jimmy Johnson.
I believe it was Dover of 2017 he had his last Cup Series win. Either that or Texas, because I know he won both those tracks that year.
His last win was, it was
Dover?
June 4th, 2017. AAA 400, Drive for Autism at Dover International Speedway. So.
All right. So, yeah, we could see Johnson finally break his losing streak.
Man, that's just incredible to think. 7-time champions in this much of a run right now.
Well, we saw it with Petty, too. You know, he didn't perform as well going later into his career. And, you know, well,
teams were finally starting to catch up to
Yeah.
him a little bit.
Earnhardt, I feel like Earnhardt was still alive. He'd probably have 9 championships, man.
Absolutely.
He was still running hard.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, Jimmy Johnson, I look at him to be, he could really run well. I look at Kyle Larson. He's had some success here.
Kyle Busch, he's really good at he's good anywhere we go.
Anyway,
honestly.
you can put Kyle Busch in, like, a Mario Kart track,
Yeah.
and Kyle Busch is going to win.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he did one
He
time
did
on his
do the
Twitter.
Mario,
Yeah,
yeah.
he did do that.
He's won literally everything.
Yeah.
Because I think someone was like, "Oh, it'd be so cool if you were if you were a Mario Kart driver." Yeah. And it's like, yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then
We all know I don't like Kyle Busch, but I love all the stuff he does with his son.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's so great.
absolutely.
Like whenever they get in victory lane, he's tossing his son up in the air.
And you just
like-
see Samantha Bush just like, put my goddamn kid down.
Yeah, she's like freaking out. She's like
Oh
right
my God,
behind
you're gonna
him.
drop
Yeah. So I don't know. And plus Kyle Busch and Samantha. It's always good to see them. They're doing that. What is it with the problems with the
IVF,
fertility? Yeah,
I think is what it's
IVF.
called. Because
Yeah.
that's how Samantha was able to get pregnant.
It's nice to
Have
see
breast.
them help out other families
Oh,
with that
yeah,
too.
absolutely, for sure.
And I believe they're also auctioning off a rowdy Toyota Camry too.
Yeah,
to
they
help
actually they are
with
'cause
their charity.
You saw that bizarre commercial.
Yeah, I did.
Bizarre advertisement.
I've seen it a few
Kyle
times.
Busch with the cowboy hat on. Like,
Yeah.
boy, do I got a deal for you?
Yeah. Like, whoa, Kyle.
What a
This is something I would see probably from like Rusty
You're
or
right.
Kenny Wallace.
Right,
Either one
not
of
a
them.
Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Kyle Busch is probably gonna run really well at Dover. Kyle Larson, Jimmy Johnson can run really well there. I'm trying to just think who else. Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott's probably gonna be a contender.
I'm hoping Kevin Harvick.
Kevin Harvick, he's had some success there before.
It
for
has
sure.
been a long season.
Oh yeah.
And in my pool right now, I'm losing a lot of money. So, Kevin Harvick,
If you listen to this, man,
please start winning.
help your brother out.
I think I'm $40 in the hole right now,
Oh,
so
no.
let's start going. And I think that's about it that we have today. Thanks for watching the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Nick Kinzel. We'll see you next time.